Yes guys, welcome back to the Stretford Paddock. I'm Ryan, and in today's video we're going to be reacting to some quotes from Solskjaer's most recent press conference ahead of the Wolves game, and going through the quotes from Paul Pogba's brother which claim he wants to leave Old Trafford this summer. So we're going to start with Alexis Sanchez. Always spoken about Sanchez's future at United, responding to reports that the Chilean winger wants to move away from Old Trafford. Alexis is such a professional. He comes in and works every single day really hard. He wants to be a part of this. These stories that he's been put in the reserves, of course he hasn't. He's part of the squad and he's a very good player. He's a few weeks behind the rest, but he's very close to being part of it. We don't have the biggest forward line, so Alexis might end up playing a lot more games than you expect. We expect him to come good at this club. He's quality. I think with Sanchez, when he came in, we haven't seen anything close to the player that we saw at Arsenal. Obviously, injuries haven't helped him on the way to try and rediscover his form. But having said that, there's still definitely a player in Alexis Sanchez, and fingers crossed, with the new style that always brought to United, it'll suit Sanchez and he can get back to full fitness and full form, because what we saw at Arsenal, he was probably up there with, if not the best player in the league at the time. So fingers crossed he can rediscover that form this season. Following on from that, he's also spoken about the squad that he has at his disposal for this season. He said, the good teams I've played in, we always had a good keeper and a settled back line. Every game is a puzzle because you have good players everywhere. Last time we couldn't fit in Smalling, Fred, Alexis, Jones into the squad of 18. A puzzle all over the pitch, but a nice one to have. And he's also spoken about Fred, saying we believe in Fred and that we'll have a big season as well. I hope, from my point of view anyway, that when he's alluding to having a settled back line, that means that we're not going to be seeing the likes of Jones and Smalling as much as we have done in recent seasons. Obviously, we saw the good partnership that Maguire and Lindelof put together, and that Tuanzebe seems to be his third choice off the bench for the centre-halves. And with Fred, I agree with Ollie that it's going to be a big season for him. Obviously, last season, especially in the Premier League, it was a lot of settling in. But you definitely saw the best of Fred in the Champions League, and especially in the game away at PSG. So fingers crossed again, with us lacking a lot of options and quality in midfield, that Fred can really nail down a place and help the team in the midfield. And then coming on to Paul Pogba's brother, who's been speaking in the media. He has come out and said that my brother Paul wants to leave. I don't think it's any secret that Pogba would like to leave United this summer. However, I think United have made it very clear that, one, he's not for sale, and two, if anyone is going to get him, then they have to fork out a lot of money. Obviously, Pogba came out at the start of the summer saying maybe he wants a new challenge. His agent Raiola has said that Pogba wants away, and now his brother's coming out and confirming that as well. Solskjaer 100% sees Pogba as the mainstay in that midfield, and probably the team as well. With Pogba, like I say, I don't think it's any secret that he wants away, but you saw how Lukaku went about trying to force a move, obviously training with Anderlecht, leaking team news, which he had no business doing, just completely unprofessional. But from what you hear from inside the club, Pogba seems to have acted with really good professionalism, got his head down, worked hard, shown up for training, not kicked up a fuss at all. And you see on the pictures, even in training yesterday as well, and he seems like he's settling in with the team really well, and there's no rift between him or any of the players. So I can't see Pogba being here next season. I think this is definitely going to be his last year. It might be a similar situation to what we had with Cristiano Ronaldo in 2008, where the player wants a move, but obviously the manager sat down and said, give us one more year and then you can seal your move away. So I think we might be looking at a similar situation to that. But like I say, as long as Pogba continues to work hard and keep his head down, then I don't think there's going to be too much of a problem. I'm just going to come to you guys in the comments and see what you're saying. Just bear with me. Right. Nice. Oh, God. There we go. Let's have a look. It's not a surprise that a player in his peak wants to be winning trophies instead of being involved in another slow rebuild. Might have been different if the club fully backed Ollie in the transfers. Yeah, I can agree with that comment coming from Jonathan Ball there. Pogba is definitely in the peak of his career now, and he is going to be competing for the big trophies like the Champions League and stuff, and obviously United are a long way away from that. And of course the transfer window that we had, didn't really paint the picture that we are going to be going for those big trophies like the Premier League this season. Let's have a look at some more. I think Pogba has a problem with the board, not Ollie or any of the players. I hope he actually stays, and I hope he wants to stay as well. Coming from Ez Fam. Again, yeah. It doesn't seem like there is any problem between Ollie or Pogba and the players as well. But like I said, bar the quote that he came out with at the start of the season, saying that he might like a new challenge, we haven't heard anything from Pogba apart from some of the media twisting his words after the Chelsea game as well. Do you think if someone puts the right amount of cash underneath our board's nose, they'll say no, regardless of the replacements? I'd like to think our board isn't stupid enough to sell Pogba now. Bearing in mind we haven't got any sort of quality in that midfield apart from Pogba, and of course we can't bring anyone else in now with the transfer window being shut. A couple more before we wrap it up. It would be stupid. All United promo videos. Pogba was in all of them, and then suddenly sold. Yeah, that's another one. I think we're going to wrap it up there, guys. So make sure you like the video, share it, subscribe if you haven't already, and we're going to there will be a watch along on Monday night. So make sure you tune into that as well. See you later.